Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Tonight's night number 4 of the Lucas Oil NOW600 Sooner 600 week. Tonight we're at Port City Raceway for a Saturday night of racing. They're running their like weekly show with NOW600 this week, so I expect there will be quite a few cars there. Last night we were at Red Dirt Raceway and ended up 4th in non-wing and 7th in A-class, so pretty decent run for us, but we still have a little work to do. Right now we just stopped at the car wash to clean things up a little bit, and then we'll be headed out to the track. Alright, so we got to Port City Raceway. We've got the car out, pretty well finished up on it. The only thing I've really got left that I'm thinking about doing if I have enough time, I still have to go sign in, get my pit pass, all that stuff. While I'm up there, I'll take you guys and show you the track. Like I said, we're at Port City Raceway tonight. It's one of, if not the most, I guess, prestigious or like well-known micro sprint tracks in the country. So I'll give you guys a little idea of what I think of the track and give you an idea of what it looks like. Before we do that though, I'm gonna show you guys a little about what I've got going on here. So last night at Red Dirt, it definitely took some rubber. You can see that this tire is pretty well blistered. Did do some blistering on the right rear as well, enough where I think that right rear tire is done. I won't run it again this week. I think I'm gonna try and go get a new ASCS tire from Nathan and get that mounted up. This one, it looks bad, but I think I could salvage a couple more races out of it, so as long as I flip it around. So here's the outside. What I'll actually do is take it off and then put it back on the wheel the different way, so you can see that this side of the tire is pretty well ate up. This one's still got some rubber left on it, so I think probably what I'll do is take it, flip it around, and then I might re-groove these two outside grooves on each block, so it'll kind of bring it back to life just a little bit. So I might work on that, and I might go get a new ASCS right rear tire to mount up. But that's all I've got going until racing starts up. I'll let you guys know when I find out more about heat race lineups and that kind of stuff. But for now, I'm gonna take you guys up and show you the track. As you can see by the video, Port City's a really, really tight place. It's got good high bank corners and not a lot of straightaway. It's more paperclip shaped than it is round, but it puts on good racing. The reason I don't like coming here that much is because it's really easy to get stuff torn up here. If something happens in front of you, there's no reaction time for you. And then, you know, a lot of times guys might be running the bottom but come all the way out to the wall on the straightaways. So if you're out there, you're in the wall at that point. You know, it's just easy for stuff like that to happen here. If someone's running the bottom, the straightaway is so short that if they decide to go to the top, you just better hope you're not out there. So it's just kind of easy to tear stuff up at this place, so that's why we don't come here very often. I've been joking around this week that we're making our yearly trip to Port, so that's kind of what this really is for us. We're just here because Speed Week is here, really, honestly. And it's not a knock on Port City or that the people here do a bad job with the track or anything like that. It's just the type of racing that this place produces. It's just not for us, so we'll make the most of tonight and see what we can do. I did go and get a new right rear tire, and we're about to get that mounted up, and then I think we're gonna flip that one and get going here. So one thing I learned last year when we were here, I had tightened up the car quite a bit throughout the night. It got pretty slick, but it still had a good cushion on it. But I think I had tightened up too much. And I think the main thing that I did wrong was I spaced my right rear tire in. I looked back at my notes and I was like a half an inch or maybe even 3/4 of an inch in on my right rear tires. And I think it really killed my entry when I was trying to run the top, and I couldn't drive it in deep or hard how I wanted to and how I needed to be fast. So tonight I'm gonna focus on leaving that right rear tire out. I might drop the Jacob's ladder at some point if I feel like I'm gonna need to use the bottom a little bit. But the right rear, I'm gonna probably commit right now to leaving it spaced out all night unless I see that it's not gonna build a cushion at all. And we're gonna see how that goes for us. I feel a lot more comfortable going into tonight than I did a year ago without having any experience at this place, and we've just traveled around to so many more different racetracks this year at this point than we had last year. So I feel a lot more comfortable going into tonight. I think we have a good shot at making it the A main. All right guys, they just called us to staging for the non-wing heat. We'll start 9th in this one, and then later on we'll start 3rd in A class. I went out for hot laps in non-wing. Car felt pretty decent, but I felt free or spinning the tires coming out of the turns. I don't really know exactly what I need to do about that. The place goes through a lot of elevation change throughout the corner, so I think that's maybe what I'm battling. I made some changes to my shocks and dropped some air pressure and did a couple little other things, but that's the biggest swing that I took at it, and we're gonna see how it pans out for us here. We start last in the heat race. Not a whole lot of heavy hitters, but it'll be tough for us to make our way through there regardless. So I'll be with you guys maybe after heat races. Obviously not a very good heat race for us in that one. Started 9th, made my way as high as 7th at one point just because cars got tangled together, but dropped my way back to 8th after the closing laps. So car was really free on exit, I felt like, but I don't really know what to do about it. Like I was telling you guys earlier, the last time I was here, I felt like I pulled my right rear end too far and it didn't allow me to run the top how I needed to. I know the top's not really there right now, but I don't really want to get too far ahead of myself and like pull it in and then a cushion shows up later, you know what I mean? So like, all I really did for this A-class heat coming up is drop a ½ inch of stagger, and I'm gonna go tighter on my shocks. So we put a little bit of wing in it too. You can see it's kind of steep out there. So that's what I've got. I mean, Port City is one of the toughest tracks in the country to get a hold of, and it would take me lots of trips here to get it down, I think. So we're just doing the best we can tonight. Go out 3rd in this next heat race. And then immediately after that, we go for a non-wing B main. Starting 11th in the B main, they only take top 3, so things are gonna have to like really go our way in order for us to make it into the show, but we'll do what we can and hope for the best right here. So a tough time for us in that B main. Started 11th, made my way as high as 5th or 6th at one point, and then dropped back to 7th at the end. I'm just really struggling to get a hold of this place. I felt like I had the car set up pretty decent that time, except it was super, super tight out of turn 2 on the bottom. So I felt like maybe if I could have gotten to the top, maybe I could have made another pass or two, but I had one guy in front of me that I felt like I was faster than, but just couldn't get around, couldn't get up alongside him. And then I felt like I had a guy to the outside of me almost all the time, so wasn't able to make anything happen in that one. Next thing we're going out for is an A-class B main. We start outside pole in this one. I like our chances with this a lot better. Hopefully I don't miss the setup or anything like that. Hopefully I've got it rolling pretty good for this and I can just keep it out front. is only the second time we've been to this place, and it's just really tough to get a hold of. And even if I ever did come back and really try to figure it out, it's just never going to be my style of racing. It just is so tough to make anything happen if you've got a car in front of you on the bottom, or someone to your outside, or, you know, just two cars blocking the track ahead of you. It just makes it really tough. So to be able to go from 19th to 7th tonight in A class, I'm going to check that as a really good night for us, actually, to do that here at Port City. Disappointed we didn't make non-wing a little bit, but I mean, started 9th in the second heat race out. I don't know that there was a ton we could have done. I definitely missed a setup in the non-wing heat race, but even if I had the car set up good for it, I'm not sure that I really would have went forward much. That's just kind of how the track was at the time. So that's going to do it for tonight. Tomorrow we're on our way back to Creek County Speedway for night number 5 of the final night, actually, of Sooner 600 week. So looking forward to being back at Creek. I think we figured out our gearing problems there earlier this week. So hopefully we can do a little better throughout the heat races and have a good starting spot for the show tomorrow. One thing I haven't mentioned to you guys, because I didn't even pay much attention to it until now, is they're doing a hard charger award throughout the entire week. Currently we're in the lead of A class with 27 cars passed throughout the features this week. Second place is just Colby Sokol with 25. So that's going to come right down to the last race tomorrow night. And I think there's even some guys not far back from him, maybe even tied with him. So we'll definitely have to be on our A game for that tomorrow if we want to get the hard charger award. Pays $500 for that award, so it would really help us out a ton if we could do that. So we're looking forward to putting in the work tomorrow and getting that done. But we're going to end the video here. As always, I have to give a big thanks to Nathan Benson Motorsports, G-Force Chassis, DDI Fabrication, Porter Steel Buildings, Advantech Dyno Services, Sure-Built Suspensions, and AFD Graphics for all they do to make it possible to make it to races like this and perform well. We definitely would not be able to do it without them, so thanks to all of them. Thanks to all of you guys for following along with the channel. This is night number 4 of 5, so if you're new here and you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Lots of races coming out throughout the summer, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Creek County Speedway.
Cast out like a shadow, racing towards the light. I pray to see you one more time.